Today's guest is one of the most polarizing figures in roofing. Depending on who you ask, he's either the watchdog of the industry desperately needs, or a loudmouth who stirs up drama for attention. He built and sold a roofing company, then turned himself into a YouTube personality with Roofing Insights and later launched Directorii. Along the way, he's made headlines by calling out contractors, suppliers, and so-called gurus, naming names, exposing scams, and ruffling a lot of feathers. Love him or hate him, Dmitry Lipinskiy has forced conversations most people would rather avoid. Whether you think he's a hero or a headache, he's here, and we're going to find out why.
Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic. Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic. Yeah.
I just want to take a second to thank SMA Support Services for being a sponsor of Be Authentic or Get the Fuck Out. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate everything that you do.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Be Authentic or Get the Fuck Out. I'm your host, Eric Oberemt. So this is going to be fun, kids. This was kind of random, not expected. Wasn't planning on this here at Win the Storm 2025, and got a message a few days back from a gentleman and said, you know what, I think we should do a podcast. And I said, you know what, I think you're right. We should do that. I have no idea where it's going to go, which is kind of what excites me about this episode. It could really go one of two ways. So you're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to stick through to the end and see what happens.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for coming, man.
Nice intro.
Yeah, this will be fun. My first question is, why now? Why now did we decide to do this? What spurred the conversation in your head?
I'm not filming anything at this expo at all.
Okay.
Like, we don't do any interviews ourselves. Usually we do it. I'm so used to talking to people, whether it's me interviewing them or someone interviews me. So I was just looking at the agenda. I'm like, what I'm gonna do in 3 days. I'm here 3 days with the booth, and I saw you announcing one of your Facebook posts that you're gonna do a podcast. And after I read it, I messaged you. Actually, were asking like, hey, who would like to do it? So
yeah,
that's why I messaged.
Okay, all right. I was looking for a little bit more ego thing of like, yeah, I've been really. That's okay. We just got cleaning people here, everybody. Like, I mean, you just got to roll with the fucking punches, don't you? So tell me, here's my first question. I'm sorry, that's a lie. My second question. Do you feel like the, I don't want to call it drama, but a lot of the conversations that you bring to the table cause drama, right? And you're calling out bad actors and things like that inside of the industry. Do you think that it can have the opposite effect that you want?
It depends who you ask. I would say my counter question to that is, let's say I make a news about storm chaser who is faking damage, right? Mm-hmm. And get caught. You can see it, and we air the story. My question is, why would that story bother someone? Like, if you're the contractor, if you're a good guy, you would be like, heck yeah, that guy makes us all look bad. But I always ask, like, who are the haters? Who, do not like that? Because there's a type of people who are okay with a lot of things and maybe like practicing those. Like, for me, if you are caught or doing something really bad, and we all agree that it's bad, why would anyone would be against airing that story, for example? So my thing is, I always want to do what's right at the moment, and doing the right thing is always the right thing. The problem is, sometimes, like, as a media company, if I get criticized if I don't run the story and if I run the story. So you can't please everyone.
No, you can't. And I guess at the end of the day, it's who you think your audience is, right? So I mean, in your mind, who is your audience? Because is it everybody? Is it homeowners? Is it contractors?
Good homeowners, homeowners and contractors, good contractors, right? I'm not gonna try to please everyone. I think my average, my perfect audience is hardworking contractor who's trying to make it right, who's tired of BS in the industry. And I say a lot of things that people want to say but can't. They're afraid. They're afraid of legal action. Usually what I air, it's what on everyone's mind, but they just can't say it out loud.
Do you think that you err on the side of, do you think you push it harder for righteousness or for the attention?
Neither or. There's no righteousness or attention. I love studying business, like even myself, like in everything I do. I love studying failures and studying success, whether it's a Tesla or Apple or any brands. Like that's the content I consume all the time, and you can learn from both failures and great success stories.
Sure.
Right? But I absolutely hate when people cheat in business. Like, I hate scammers and liars. So for me, if you, like, what's the definition of con artist? It's someone who is lying, manipulating to get $1, right? So like, I'll give you one example. We have people in this industry who are selling courses and who's claiming very big numbers, right? Imagine you sell insurance, okay? Work-com insurance. And imagine your client does $7 million, claims $7 million a year sale, but he makes videos that his company is $100 million. He's a $100 million business owner. You watch it, it's like, what's going on?
Right.
Like, so you're selling yourself as a $100 million guy. Why your insurance tab is $7 million, right? And I'm getting those people messaging me, it's like, Dmitry, this is not right. I do business with that guy, or I work in his office. So when you're lying to people, sooner or later you're gonna get exposed. Sooner or later, someone within your circles will rat you, if you will. And people are not okay. Like, we see it, we look at it, we know something is not right, but then we can't say it. We're afraid to call. There's no, like, it's not about being righteous or being right. I only call out stuff that I know I would never do. I'll give you an example. Are you okay with anyone? Like, someone interviewed pedophile recently, and we called it out. We say, hey, this is not normal, right? And people are asking, are you perfect? Why are we not giving second chances to people? And my question is, and I'll ask you, have you ever thought about having sex with a 13-year-old boy, or little boy, or a girl?
I have not.
Exactly. Right? Like, so, but we're trying to say, okay, it's normal, people change. Like, no, I've never stole money from people. You will not find one person who I stiff did not pay my bill. If you work for me, I run a roofing company for 7 years. Never have single dispute with the sales rep, with the homeowners. When I call out business owner for not paying his salespeople, because there's like 30 of them, right? I feel like I have a moral right to do so because I've never done it before. Like, I'm not teaching how to raise kids. I don't think I'm a perfect father. I don't teach how to be a good husband because I don't think I'm a good husband or like perfect husband, right?
I hope you think you're a good husband. But
I think I'm okay husband. I think I'm okay father, right? Yeah. But my channel is not about stuff that I don't know well. If I speak with authority. There's a lot of things I don't talk about because I'm not in that space. But I know how to do right with the homeowner. I know how to run a clean business without lying, cheating, manipulating, faking it before you make it, all the bad practices. So when I see it as a coach, as a industry leader, I'm gonna call it out because I would never do that. And
since you brought up one thing, I do want to ask this question because I'm the same way as far as like I've never had anybody ever say that I didn't pay them, right? Like I've always been very fair. Like my wife gets mad at me because I'll pay people when I probably fucking shouldn't, right? Like they fucked us and I'm like, no, this is what I said I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pay this guy even though he's a piece of shit and like did this and took off and stole this and whatever. However, I'm very, very clear in my job agreements as well that if you leave or get fired, this is all you're owed, right? Like you're not owed for an entire job if you leave in the middle of the project and all you do is sign a service agreement or sign a, you know what I mean? Like you got to be there. So I'm very clear. And if you're gone, you don't get fucking paid. And I tell them that in the beginning. So I'm like, don't bitch about it later. You don't have to work here if you don't want to. That's just the deal. My question to you is just on that one, because I imagine you get that email all the fucking time.
Every day.
All the time from sales reps, right? How much digging and research do you actually do to make sure that they're not just fucking crying wolf? Because there's a lot of that too.
I'll put it this way. So I've been doing YouTube for 8 years.
Yep.
I'm getting stories like I turn down like 99% of the stories. If I run a story, it means there's a big pattern. It's not he said, she said. I say no, and people get pissed all the time. You know, oh, why you're not saying like, oh, he's your buddy. Like I'll give you an example. Like Heath Hicks been sued by his sales reps. I mean, they've been roasting me for years. Why I don't cover that story? There's a few more with Latif Farouk. Like, you know, he had a guy who. His dispute. I listened to Latif's story. I listened to that guy's story. I'm like, there's no story here. That guy still roasted me for not because I'm friends with Latif. I'm not friends with Latif. Like, but you don't have a story. You have dispute. There's two sides to the story, and you have to move on. So I turned out a majority of them. In 8 years, I probably called out, I don't know, maybe 5 business owners who it was, you know. Liheda was one of them, but there's a pattern. And usually what I say, you have to call out a person. You have to go public. I'm not going to do it for you. So people come to me, is like, expose this guy. I'm like, why can't you do it? Well, you have following. You have following too. Facebook is free. YouTube is free.
Yeah.
How about you share it and I'll share it?
Right.
But I'm not going to do it for you.
Right.
And I turn down tons of salespeople. Every time I hear, oh, we have a bad player in our market. I have one recently, somewhere in Midwest, Kentucky area. So this guy comes in. It's like, oh, I work for this company. They do this, this, and this. You talk to supplier. You talk to everyone. Everybody knows it. Can you run a story on them? I'm like, well, if everybody knows, how about you do? Let's do a podcast about it. You share the story. Oh, I would not do that. Why not? Why not? So you're bashing them behind their back,
right.
Coming to me, and you want me to run, but you would not do it. And people get pissed and furious. But you have a following, you have audience. I'm like, so do you?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that if you're gonna go and make a video on Facebook or YouTube and nobody gonna watch it, everybody's gonna watch it. Everybody likes drama.
Everybody likes drama,
right?
Yeah.
So go and do it. And we'll talk about it and I'll share. Because it's your market. I cannot change every city in the United States. I can change what I'm responsible for, my little world. You know, if it affects me and people around me, I'll run a story.
Yeah.
But I'm not here to, you know, I like to set a precedent. And a lot of people have told me, like Adam Sand explained it really well. He said, and I've heard it so many times, there are a lot of people in the industry thinking, like, well, would Dmitry make a video about this? When they do something, Adam says, like, you become this, I don't know, barometer, right? Like people thinking, well, if someone exposes this, it makes you think, because what I did is I set the precedent that now we have media in the industry and we run stories. I'm sorry to say it, but Roofing Contractor magazine never gonna run negative story about manufacturer, supplier. Like never.
Yeah.
Even if it's no in fact, even if it's like, you know, class action that they lost and pay $1 million, they will never run it. Because it's not that they pay to play, but they're taking money from these brands and they will never do anything, right? Me on the other side, if someone loses at court, I'm gonna run it. And I don't care if it's my best friend. I don't care if it's brand that pays me. All my brands, and I've took money probably from 13, 14 brands over the years. And never have agreement with anyone, because if I take your money, if you sponsor my channel, it's month-to-month basis. And if you don't like what I do, you cancel or I cancel.
Right.
If you do something that I don't like.
Right.
And my brands know, like Atlas knows, Ico knows, even if I like your product and if I endorse you, you're not immune for me to talk about your problems. Or Job Nimbus. If Job Nimbus crashes tomorrow, I'll say, hey, Job Nimbus crashed. They're working on it. I'm not going to close eyes. Like, I'm going to do damage control with them.
Right.
But if Job Nimbus do something shady, guess what? We'll talk about it. And just because they pay me money, they don't buy me.
Right. When did you decide, or I should rephrase it, when you decided that this was kind of the path that you were going to go with your media, with your YouTube channel, did you do it because you knew that it would attract the attention that you needed to grow a channel, or did you do it because there was this like, again, I'm not trying to use the word righteous, I'm not saying, you know, but you had this like morality factor, you know what I mean? Like where was that? There had to be a moment where you're like, fuck, I need to do this, or it was like, people will watch this, right? Like there had to be one of those that kind of happened.
So the way
that wasn't how it started, right?
kind of did.
Did.
So here's how I started the channel. Like early on, the very first couple of videos I actually documented. It was a home advisor phone call. Actually, how I started Roofing Insights. My first YouTube channel was Stormgroup Roofing, my roofing company.
Okay.
And it was a shingle guide. I pissed off people right away. Even my very first shingle guide, people were pissed because they got like number 4, not number 1. It's like, why we're number 4? Roofers liked it. Manufacturers like, I'm not number 4. I'm not number 5.
Right.
But roofers like it. It's like, makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So shingle guide, siding guide, gutter guide, product.
Have you
reviews.
ever met a roofer that actually gives a fuck about the shingle?
Of course.
Really?
A lot of roofers.
I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've never given a shit about the shingle.
A lot of roofers. It really depends who you. Everybody's different.
You install any shingle right, and it's going to be fine.
I don't agree with it.
Really?
I don't agree with
What do
it.
you think is going to happen? If you install, what's the worst shingle,
So
according to you?
Temco was one of the worst. I'll give
Okay.
you an example. So we installed orange scoring for years, right?
Okay.
And my crew, like, if you actually talk to roofers who care,
Yeah.
they'll tell you, right? And then we have one job we have to do. Temco. It was like 2017, 2018. It was a 4 buildings.
They were really garbage back then.
Yeah. So we got Temco, and I swear, I actually made videos like a tiger, like nothing in lines, straight lines, like tiger. Like it was just very poorly made shingle. And we went on that roof and was like, what the heck is this? My installers hated it.
And what was wrong with it?
So the waves, like the tiger, you know, like the 2 lines laminated tiger stuff. On some of them there was down, some of them were up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
So
Okay.
it was like this. It was a very common problem.
Okay.
It was truly builder's grade back then.
Yeah.
So shingles were like $75, $80 a square. Temco was $60. It was like $10 cheaper. But then we have to match with apartment has. Anyway, so my installers always care. My installers like, we don't want this, we want this. So if you talk to installers, they'll demand. I know a lot of roofers who will swear by like certain sheets, for example.
Yeah.
Like you know, true fans of certain sheet brands or Atlas, heavy, big. What I like about, and my argument about the shingle in today's market, there's a few like ICO, Atlas, and I think Malarkey, like True Square, for example. If you talk to GF guys, they'll tell people who switch from ICO or BP or Atlas to GF, they always run short. Why? Because it's not True Square.
Right.
Like the math is not mathing, the exposure. So right, and if you keep buying like 2-3 bundles on every project, there's a reason for it.
Sure.
Orange scoring the same thing. So that's from business perspective, just
Right.
numbers.
Right.
But I don't agree. There's a lot of roofers and it's just different ways to do business.
And maybe I agree with you. I agree with you that installers can definitely tell a difference. I guess where my mind goes as a business owner is coaching sales guys on
100%.
not selling a product, right? And so like that's I guess
But again,
that's where my mind.
but again, it's different mentality. Some people lead with the product.
Yeah.
Some people lead. I would say it depends what kind of system you're on, and some people your master leads GF guys.
Yeah.
You know, they will not do anything else just because they're so blend. You know, they're getting all the awards. So for them, product is that important. But to answer your question about the pivot moment, I recorded a phone call with a home advisor rep. Lying through their teeth, like right. I called them out. I'm like, you're lying to me right now. We published the call on the Stormgroup Roofing YouTube channel, and it got, I don't know, 10,000 views back in the day. It was like 15 or 16. Roofers like it. It's like, yep, same experience, same BS. Home advisor, vice president of home advisor emailed me asking to delete the video for $1,000. We'll give you $1,000 to remove the video.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, nope, not gonna happen. But then I saw comments, people say, do you really want your homeowners watch this kind of content? Because I'm a business owner, run a roofing company, now I'm disputing whatever. I'm like, there's something. So I started the Roofing Insights channel. It took me 2 years for Roofing Insights to bypass my roofing channel.
Oh.
I had 1,500 subscribers already at that one. And then I never, like, here's how I create content. I create content that I like consume myself.
Yeah.
Like if I watch American Breed and I like this, scammer stories, like I like it. I like that show and I would do something similar. Yeah. I like watching reviews. I like comparisons. Like this is what I watch. I like podcasts. So I produce everything that I
Stuff
like.
that you like. Yeah.
I like it. It's my style.
Yeah.
I have no problem calling people out. Like I like, your CoffeeZillas, your investigations. So that's the content I consume.
That's fair.
And I create that kind of. We actually watch even with the team. I was like, hey, I like what CoffeeZilla doing. I like this guy's style. Let's do like when we did our like Lee Hate Fake Guru video. CoffeeZilla was like the style, even editing style. It was like, let's get this idea and do something similar on our channel as far as editing and cuts and how we film it. So I like that stuff and I produce that stuff. But I also like company tours, business tours. I absolutely, and that's the most of it. Like I've visited over 200 companies over the years.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that many.
To 200. And so, I mean, we visit right now one every month, but it was a time when we did like 5-6 per month. So like we travel all the time, and that's like number one. That's probably like 50% of my content. It's success stories. Monarch Roofing, Eustace Roofing, Capilla Roofing in Hawaii, all over the country, coming in, just showcasing the business, how awesome they are, what they use for the success. Like that's actually a majority of it. Like calling out people is less than 5% of my content.
I've seen you post that before. And say that's
and if I show you my analytics on YouTube,
but that 5% probably equates for a certain a much larger amount of consumption.
No, it's never. None of my call out videos, none of them ever made it to top 10 list on the channel.
Get fucked, really?
I'll show you the phone. Never.
That doesn't seem right.
Never.
Let's take a second and let me tell you about SMA Support Services. We use SMA Support Services in our company. We have a multitude of virtual assistants that are all managed by people at SMA. They make sure that all your people are on task and doing the work they need to do so that you can be doing the things that are revenue producing for your business. If you don't know about SMA Support Services and you don't have any virtual assistants inside of your company, you need to check out SMA Support Services.
So I'll give you an example. We just did 2 podcasts in a row last week. Dan Wolrag and I published Dan Wolrag and Jack Hanks. 3,000-4,000 per podcast in the first 7 days. So like, for example, Lee Hate, calling out Lee Hate, 39,000 views. Ben Minchaka podcast sales, 120, 130,000.
Really?
Yeah. Linda's Construction, one of my latest company tours 6 months ago, already have like 50-60,000 views, more than Lee Hate Fake Guru video. And Lee Hate Fake Guru is one of the biggest.
Yeah.
So, as a matter of fact, the money I spend the most on never makes money. Like every
I know that.
every Sunday we do news. News are very, and this is where scam alerts comes through, like news, like roofer get arrested, right? News have the shortest life. So we have on YouTube, we call them evergreen video. So if I do shingle guy, it will get like 100,000, 200,000. My gutter guard video, the most popular, over 1 million views. That was the first video.
Really?
Because gutter is a very big category and people replace gutters every 2-3 years, every season, every August, right? A roof every 15 years, gutters every couple of years.
Replace gutters every
Clean. Or gutter covers. Oh, okay. So my gutter cover guide, it was the first video that broke 1 million views. So every year,
I'm gonna guess that.
Yeah, every year I renew that. So every time I do shingle guide, underlay, like my top 10 videos right now, and I'll show you my analytics. It's underlayment guide, roofing underlayment. It'll be some kind of podcast. Resolute Roofing is training right now. Linda's Construction. It's all.
But is it your underlayment guide with your knife shit video?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was
one.
It was Brent Simas, my co-host. It was 2 years ago video.
Oh, okay.
It was like just reviewing.
Got it.
That one is just a spiral on a Facebook.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it never did anything on.
Oh, it did. Okay, got it. Two different.
Yeah. So as far as YouTube goes, all my news will get like maybe 5,000 views, and then it goes down because it's news.
Yeah.
6 months later, it's not relevant.
That one's got a hard hook rate. It's hard to keep.
Yeah, but we still produce them every Sunday.
Yeah.
So I could go and call out people or whatever every Sunday. But I do news very professionally, scripted, research. Take us 3 days.
Do you want that side to grow?
No.
Oh, I didn't know if that was some of your passion.
No. Well, we do what we do. So we have to report the news. There's a lot of things happening, right? So we do them, but we know we'll never make money in it. We know
Right.
it's just short-lived, but someone got to do it, so we're going to do it.
What started the Lee hate shit?
Well, I was annoyed by him for many, many years.
I mean,
So-
fucking welcome to the.
So Lee K, man. So we knew each other like for 5 years. Every year, like I remember, like I'll give you an example. I make video about Rodney Webb, like how Rodney Webb makes multimillionaires. I mean, Rodney Webb is one of the few people in the industry who legit made like 10, 20 millionaires, and everybody gives him credit for it. Like you actually will find 20 business owners say, that guy made me multimillionaire. So I make that video, and then within a day or two, Lee K calls me. He's like, why don't you make video like that about me? Like, the guy's ego is just so freaking big. He's like, Vishay, come talk to my event. I'll come talk to you at your event. Like, I'm like, Lee, I don't want to be at your event. I don't want you to be at my event. We're not like, I'll interview you. We'll do the podcast. And if you watch our podcast, I've interviewed a guy 3 times. I'll put it this way. Out of all people, I'll give him for 5 years more attention than anyone. Like 3 times, flew to his office. Like, I'm talking about positive. I've been yelled at, belittled at. The guy never bought me a cup of coffee. The guy never bought me lunch. Like nothing. He's the most selfish, biggest narcissist in the industry, right? Me, look at me, right? And I tried to play with it for years. But at the end, like there's so many people that got hurt by him. This guy comes in. So at the end, Lindsay Douglas quit and says, hey, I've seen the books, here's running Ponzi scheme. I want to do a podcast. And we actually were in Dallas. We filmed the podcast in her lawyer's office. And I pushed back hard, like super hard. If you watch the interview, it was not bashingly hate. It was like, hey, I don't agree with it. It's like, I did not like her either. And I told him right away, I'll give you opportunity to answer. But she came to me.
Was she the crazy lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she wanted to talk, and I can't, like, if I say no, I look bad, right? Like I'm covering.
Yeah.
So I interviewed her, and I flew to interview him. That's where he started jumping me. He's like, why don't you fight me? Like, he actually got drunk.
So that was his idea.
Oh yeah, like he was. If you watch that interview with him, the whole time it was like 5, 6 of them drinking, smoking all day. He was on edge. He was jumping, like pretty much ready to fight. I'm 100% convinced he was trying to get me on camera, like fighting, because he was provoking me for the entire day. Finally got to the restaurant. He got even more drunk. Why don't you fight me? Why don't you? We come outside of a restaurant. We're video. In my face. Let's fight. I'm like, dude, we're not doing this. Like, you're drunk as fuck.
He wanted to fight at the bar.
Yeah, he wanted to fight at the bar. And then, like, no, it's not going to happen. And then more salespeople start coming in. I interviewed.
Was that hard to hold that back?
No.
No.
I control myself really well. Like, I've been here in 20 years. You know how many people try to jump me? I'll never punch first. That was the fight with Lee was the coolest thing ever, but it was controlled.
Yeah.
So I interviewed 3 of his people, and I'm like, you know what? He is a con artist. I've seen enough, and I decided to make video.
Wow.
So I made it. And also, if you actually watch his YouTube channel, there are lie after lie after lie. I'll give you one example. So he makes a video how he made 10 multimillionaires. I call every single one of them. Nobody gives him credit. It's like, what? I'm like, did you see this video? He said he made you multimillionaire. It's like, I already been multi-millionaire. Like, we would not even do business with a guy. His Grant Cardone deal, like he lost money on deal. He did not get supplements. He did not, right? That's his claim to fame. he was sold by Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
60 grand, right? He did not sell Grant Cardone. He was sold by Grant Cardone.
Right.
Lost money on the deal.
Right.
Tell it, like, if you're a roofer, you know that you should not eat supplements. But, you know, he did not get supplemented. And Grant Cardone never used him twice.
Right.
It's not like he's...
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Do the job for free, fine.
Yeah,
but
so
like,
you
get
got-
something else out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you paid him $60,000.
And you paid him 60 to do your...
It's you should not be starting selling courses after that.
Right.
And actually, that's how he started. He said, you know, I didn't tell my dad, but I gave this guy $60,000. Now I have to make money, and I decided to sell roofers. Like, and he came out with his $60,000 course to sell a roofer.
That's hilarious.
Yes, it is. And he talks about it. It's all on his YouTube channel. Anyway, so I decided, you know what? Enough lies. You know, you've been lying to everyone. Someone needs to call you out. So I call him out, and he's like, you're going to fight me. Whether you want it or not, you're going to fight me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You want to fight? Let's freaking go.
Yeah.
But it?
Do you have a story that you've done that you regret putting out?
Yes.
What is it?
Oh, there's several of them.
There's probably one that sticks in your craw, though.
There's actually 3 stories that I've deleted. People, and the thing is, if you're nice to me, if you're reasonable and you reach out and you ask, we can talk. Like, I don't do well with lawyers. You know, if I don't do...
Deal with plenty of them, though.
Yeah. Like, if people like, oh, you're gonna take it down, but if you call me and we're nice about it, like, one story was out of Tennessee.
To be fair, you don't seem approachable. Just like, and I don't either, and I know that. Like, people tell me that all the time. They're like, you do not look approachable, Eric, but you don't. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
I have that going for me. That
It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have it, though, every once in a while.
But you'll be surprised how many people came to me and like totally like surprised by reaction. There was a guy in Tennessee. We ran a story. It was 2 of them. They were banned in Connecticut, opened a business in Tennessee, got in the local news, scammed like a lady, operating without license, metal roofing company, appeared in court. So I actually shared the news story, and it was on my channel. But because here's the thing. If local news, run a story on the roof, it'll get like a couple thousand views. Right?
Yeah.
But if we run it, even just re-upload it, it'll get tens of thousands of views. So it'll be forgotten in the local news, but because it's on YouTube, people, you know, it'll go crazy. So people came to, like the guy came to me and said, hey, my partner, he actually died within a year from that. Like, it was too much stress. So he came, they went to court, they get judgments against them. And he's like, can you please take the video down? I'm like, sure. It's actually happened 3 freaking times. I just talked to a relative of a guy. We did a story of Thor Construction in Minneapolis, $350 million bankruptcy. So our local big publication around story on them was a lot of stress. So he was a black owner, minority, and they led with it. So like, oh, we create jobs for black people and this and that. Anyway, story went 2 or 3 years ago. I did not know the guy passed away. It was also like after file bankruptcy, it was a lot of his not son, like nephew, reaches out to me like 2 weeks ago. And it's like, hey, I just saw this story. It's very hard on the community. He was the legend in the community, and what happened to him, but he actually passed away. And I just saw this video. Can we talk? So we scheduled a Zoom call. I talked, it was the nicest conversation. He's like, thank you so much for talking to me and blah, blah, blah. It's like, would you take the story down? So when you were on a story, and it was a big story, $350 million bankruptcy, a lot of people got hurt there too, right? And it's not like it was not a hate piece or anything, but the person is dead and his family is reaching out. So you're like, what am I doing here?
Right.
Like, as much as I want these lessons to go out and stuff, you still have to think about your legacy and people's legacy. If you Christian, you know that there's only one purpose of calling anything out. It's for a person to change. But I'll tell you this. As a father of several boys, being a man myself, you call out something. Like if you have a son, you know, he did something. It's like, hey, son, come here. Did you do it? Yes. The moment the man admits his guilt, it's done. we're on different path of improvements, like, right? So if I've done something and you call me out, Dmitry, you're wrong, you were rude or whatever. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about. The more you talk about it, the more you're going to lose me. I accepted my guilt.
Right.
And now, like, you know, I'm going to ask for forgiveness or whatever, and we're going to improve. We're going to go out from here. The problem with guys like Lee Haight, they don't see that what they're doing is wrong at the core, right?
Yeah.
So the only purpose to call out a scammer for him to stop scamming people and lying to people, and so we don't have more victims, right? One of the very first people we did a video on was Joshua Waxman. I mean,
I remember that.
Yeah, he took money from like 150 people, and there's so many Facebook groups.
Yeah.
If that guy would not be stopped, you know, he's gonna keep doing it.
Yeah,
right.
Were you the one that came up with the "I got waxed" thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember that?
Right. So and then we kick him from the industry.
Yeah.
Right. But if Joshua Waxman would come in and say,
He was a real piece of shit, wasn't he? Yeah.
But if he would come in and say, you know what, I'm wrong.
Right.
You know, I did this, but here's my new, right. We'll change.
Yeah.
I'm going to be your biggest endorser.
Yeah.
If I see that
If you own your shit.
own your shit,
Yeah.
change, let's
That's
go.
right. I mean, 'cause that's something that I talk about on this show and in my book all the time, is just owning your shit, right? Is like, if you fuck up, that's fine. We all do. But what are you doing after the fact? And it kind of leads into my next question is, do you have people in your life that stop you and tell you no? Like, do you have a circle? Because there's one thing that I've noticed as I've watched you a little bit, right? I don't see, and maybe it's just not public, right? It's probably private, but do you have a circle of people that will stand up to you in private and be like, Dmitry, fucking settle the fuck down a little bit, right? Like, you're getting a little too fucking high on this. Like, get off your high horse, like, settle down. Do you have those people that tell you to shut the fuck up and listen?
Yes, I have several people. Actually, I sold my conference 2 years ago to Lance Backman. Lance Backman is one of those people.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like he literally will call you like, "Hey, stop this! Don't do this with the heart." And the thing is,
And you listen to him,
I pay
or you respect his opinion.
I pay close attention, and I would say if I wouldn't have those people, you would probably see more negative content from me. And
Really?
yes. And sometimes, because, you know, we have this gut feeling that sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Like, you just know, like, I gotta do this, and people don't understand. And sometimes I have to present my case. Sometimes, like with Lance Backman, I would have to present my case. But Lance, here's why I'm doing it, and there's no other way I can do it.
Yeah.
Right. But I would say I did slow down a lot. So actually, the content that I produce now, it's way more professional. I have a full-time, call her producer, a senior. So she's been working with me for 2-3 years now. She scripts my Sunday videos, so my radio show, my videos, and even my call out videos, she'll script them. And so I don't even look for some of the stories. Sometimes I literally will come in and the story is on teleprompter because it's already happened. It's documented, it's core document. So roofer got caught here and there. So it's way more professional, way more polished. There's no Dmitry's opinion and this and that. The only conflict stories I would run is like, we still to this day we have open conflict with Lee Haight, right? And it airs here and there. He talks shit about me after the fight. You know, he still owes me money. I mentioned that.
So where's this trying to get another fight? Right?
Yeah.
Is that what the story is?
He would like to.
Right.
Yeah.
But wasn't that put out the other day that he had requested?
So the thing is, after the fight, they offered me, they asked me if I'm going to be at IRE, which was 2 weeks after the fight, to give me a check. It was Natalie, his assistant. Like, are you going to be at IRE? We just want to give you a check, right? Yeah. But then at IRE, I'm like, hey, are you here? Let's meet up. And he's like, oh no, I have important meeting at home. I already flew out.
He was there walking around with his shirt off.
Yeah. And then after that, he blocks me after that IRE, and I never talked to the guy again. But, you know, we messaged and he's like, I want a rematch. I'm like, great. Settle. Yeah, pay me. And I told him, I'll give you $100K or 120 and for a rematch if you beat me. Like, I'll put money, but we have to settle the first one.
So something that my wife texted me this morning, and she was like, she's like, the only thing that I care about, because my wife is very big into CrossFit, and we both go, and she's like, you guys can actually connect on that a little bit. When did you get into that kind of fitness journey?
7-8 years ago.
Okay, what spurred it? Were you like out of shape, felt out of shape?
No,
or-
I had so I played soccer. I played in a league, like adult league.
Okay.
I tore my ACL.
Okay.
And I was in rehab, so they sent me like neck and back clinic. So my I waited for surgery for 2 months. Couldn't run for like 9 months. And after years of installing further floors, my lower back was so messed up. I've seen chiropractor every single week. My back was big problem here,
Yeah.
bending up. I was weak, and I didn't realize I was weak. So I played soccer, basketball my life. I was tall and skinny. And after I tore my ACL, it was a 3 months rehab process. And with the rehab, they were showing me kettlebell movements. The first time I was introduced to kettlebells at the age of 35, and I realized how they actually measure your back strength. So they put you in this machine, and it has like a little bar behind and say press. So you press, and they're like showing you the graphs. Like you should be here, and you're like here.
Oh, really?
So like I could not like expand. So and if I would squat, I was compensating on the right side. I was like very crooked and lower back. And anyway, so my Google search was kettlebell gyms near me.
Kettlebell gyms near me.
I was looking for kettlebell gyms, and I found out the only gym that has kettlebells is CrossFit. So I came in. First year, I think combined, I did like 2-3 months. I would come in for a month, drop out for 2 months. It was too hard. That's why I realized that freaking every girl in here, mom of 3 right here, waiting more, they can move faster than me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm out of shape. So growing up, 18, 20, I could do like 20, 30 pull-ups, push-ups, everything. Now, I'm 35, I don't exercise, my lower back sucks. Now I have the surgery, I need to get stronger. And I got food content, it's like a drug for me.
It's addictive.
And I got so competitive after like 3 years, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be the fittest person freaking out. And actually, that's what happens. I go to several, like, I beat my coach, who, so the gym I used to go to in my town, he owns the gym for like 12 years. The last open, I beat him in all 3 workouts.
No shit.
So you know, the previous years we were like head-to-head sometimes.
Yeah.
He beat me, and I said, I want to beat everyone. Coaches, #1 athletes, I'm going to the top. I'm competitive, and I actually switched the gyms because they have more competitive guys.
Do you work out at home mostly, or do you go to a gym?
I'm a member of 2 gyms.
Oh, okay.
I have a CrossFit coach. I'm trying to make it to CrossFit Games in my age group.
Are you?
I was like top 300 last year. I need to be top 200 to qualify.
Oh, cool.
After the Open.
Yeah.
I keep going up and up, and I hired a CrossFit coach who actually qualified for CrossFit Games. And,
Oh, cool.
Every week, it was the hardest workout of the week. Tuesday morning, 5 to 6. I usually lose about 900 calories with him. Average class
Really?
is like 500 calories for me. With him, it's like 900. But that's all like CrossFit gigs preparation.
No, interesting. Speaking of coaches, and we'll start to wrap up now. But speaking of coaches, does Dmitry have a coach?
Yes, I have several. So I have a CrossFit coach, I have a boxing coach.
No, I mean
business
yeah.
coach. Yeah.
Life coach.
Used to have like my thing with the coaches. I don't do coach. I don't hire coaches like all the time. When I have a problem,
When you have a specific need.
specific need. Like for example, I've hired coaches for YouTube. I've hired coaches like Directorii right now. I'm trying to I actually hire a coach, pay $15,000 for 3 months, and we're trying to redefine Directorii, like phone page brand positioning, right? Like I'm good at branding, but positioning marketplace, how people see you need brand positioning coach essentially.
So really more consultants.
Consultants, yes. I mean, I would call Lance Beckman my mentor. Like if I have a big problem, I would call Lance and say, hey, you probably have been here, like someone that you respect, who's in your space,
Yeah.
who can mentor you
Yeah.
in certain situations.
Yeah, everybody that I
You have
talk
to be coachable.
You have to be coachable, right?
You have to
like
be
you have to
coachable.
be. Just because you think you've reached this level of whatever the fuck you think you've reached doesn't mean that you can't be wrong or you can't be influenced.
There is a famous saying that the person who cannot be taught will not be able to teach.
Yeah.
Like you have to be coachable yourself. Otherwise, you will not be able to coach others.
And I went through seasons of my life though where you get to a point and you're like, I got it figured out. I'm good, right? And hopefully you're self-aware enough, like if that lasts, let's say a year, that you look in the mirror at one point and go, oh, I need to fucking listen a little bit more. I need to go pay attention. I need to be a student again, right? Because like I stopped paying attention to growing and just like focused on my business, focused on all the stuff that I was doing, but I wasn't actually going out and learning anything anymore, right? And I had about a year season of that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of gross. Like I'm not gonna grow at all if I don't figure out how to learn.
I feel like I'm just getting started, man. I feel like I'm 1-2%. You know, when you surround yourself with people who are so far ahead, like Ben, the founder of Job News, the guy raised $350 million. I can't even comprehend it.
Right.
So right now I'm in a position with Directorii. You know, we're raising capital. I'm surrounding myself with people who've done it, been there, right? Like I'm going to Patrick Bet-David conference in a few weeks, because those are the people who've built $100-200 million brands. Nobody here can help me with that.
Right.
Like in my space, I mean, a few people probably could.
Right.
But yeah, you have to level up.
So at the end of every episode, I always give the guest an opportunity to make sure that a lot of times we'll start a topic, and then I'm really bad at fucking going down rabbit holes and, you know, like whatever, and we don't come back. I always want to give the guest an opportunity if there's something that there was a thought we didn't get to finish, or a lot of times the guest will come on and we'll have this one thing that they're like, I want to make sure that I talk about that, and then me being the asshole forgets to bring it up, right? So I always want to give the guest an opportunity to make sure that they're leaving the audience with the thing that they want to leave them with, because it's about that.
Thank you. I like it. It's cool. I would say we talked earlier about hate, drama. My advice to everyone watching, if you consume any type of content, what frustrates me the most personally is I think I'm one of the best content creators in space, and we have a lot of very good, solid pieces out there. Unfortunately, and this is a big problem with social media in general, people do not engage in good stories. Like, I'll give you an example. Resolute Roofing did $60 million in 2023. Amazing guys. One of the best company tours. Like, you actually watch it, you will be impressed. They have $500,000 a year they spent on the 401 health insurance for their employees. How many roofing companies you know do that, right? Great guys, awesome guys. But if you go to comments, maybe 10 comments, like we don't say compliments, we don't say, oh, I like it, more of it, please, right? We don't have 100 comments, right? But everybody's quick to jump in comments like, oh, I'm tired of drama, or what, like you're sending signals to the algorithm and to what you're engaging on, because that Facebook, that YouTube is gonna serve you more drama videos, because that's the only thing you're commenting on. And I often tell people, like, you know, let's say I call out Lee Hate again, and people like, you know, stop the drama, wherever. My question to them, why are you only commenting on those? I produce 3 videos a week, and maybe once in 2 months I'll call someone out, and this is the only stuff you engage on. You only call me drama queen or wherever. You don't agree with me, or it's like, oh, you're so righteous, or this. You only have something to say on a negative piece of content, and you completely neglect and don't say anything on all the good stuff we wear. I mean, how many, I did 10 podcasts last week, like Dan Wallreich and Jack Hanks, amazing pieces. You know, maybe 5-10 comments per.
Yeah.
As a content creator, I want to do what people watch. I live in data, so I go in and like, all right, these 10 pieces, the most people will watch, and I'm gonna do more of them. And then if I do a piece and nobody watches, nobody cares, guess what? We're gonna stop producing. We did one video, like history of roofing, from like it took us like 5 days to produce, couple $1,000. How they were doing roofs in Egypt and Europe and the other last 6,000. Very cool video, animations, everything. Guess what? 1,000 views. I'm like, okay, never doing that again, because I didn't spoke. You guys voting on what you want to see more of.
It is frustrating because I see it as well, because I don't put out a lot of negative content. It's just not who I am, right? I should say this, I don't stir the pot I don't have any desire to stir pots, right? I like to engage, and I can be controversial because I don't care if people like me or not. And I think I was hoping that was kind of one of the things that we would connect on as well, because you put out whatever you're going to put out, be damned of the consequences. And you made a decision, you said this earlier in the interview, you made a decision of clients, right? So for example, when I started this podcast, I had people come up to me and they were like, are you afraid that a potential client is going to see your content and then not want to work with you? And I had to sit down and like have a moment with myself and look in the mirror and go, man, do I care about that? And I sat in it for like a week, and I made a decision. I was like, if somebody watches what I put out that is truly me, right? Like, I'm not playing a fucking character on TV. Like, this is who I am. If they truly don't like it, don't respect it, and don't respect me, then I don't want to work with them anyway. And I got to be okay with that, right? It took me a minute. And it sounds like you had the same conversation with yourself, maybe in a different way. Is that accurate?
But I started a Roofing Insights channel because of it. I did not want to have it on Stormbrook Roofing channel, so I started something else.
Well, right, because they can still find Dmitry Lipinskiy, or like they're still going to find you. I don't have a D&M Roofing channel, right? But like, if somebody Googles my name, first thing that comes up is going to be D&M Roofing. The second thing is going to be authentic.
And we can't please everyone. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be authentic, and people are going to do business with you because you're going to connect with the right people.
Do you think you play a character?
No.
No? Like on any of the stuff, like you think, do you feel that it is very true to who you, and here's the reason I ask. The reason I ask is because I have conversations obviously with a lot of people,
sure,
and I will have one conversation with somebody that's like, I fucking love that guy. Like, he has done so much for me. He is fucking fantastic, and blah, 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 blah. And then we have the next, it's like, that cocksucker. You know what I mean? Like, and just motherfucks you up and down the street, right? And so I was just always curious, because we've never gotten a chance to like sit down. This is why I do the show, by the way, right? I started the show when I was going to conferences, because when we all walk by each other in the halls, right? We walk and go, oh, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Wife and kids, good? Yeah, great. All right, see you next year. And nobody gets a chance to actually sit down and like get to know each other a little bit. And maybe this spurs into a friendship, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you leave and you're like, that was fucking horrible. That guy's a douchebag and I would never do that again. But it might not, right? And so this is just a cool opportunity to do that. But that's why I asked the question to like, do you play it up more, or or is that really Dmitry? Which I don't think there's a wrong answer. It's okay either way.
The thing is, I think
because you were a theater guy.
Yeah.
So was I, by the way.
I would say to get to know a person, you have to hang out around them. Like,
agreed.
If you would go to the gym with me, to sauna with me, or whatever, if you've been in my element, you will see who I truly am.
Yep.
But I also done 2,000 videos. I don't think you can fake it on social media. Like, it's impossible to
There's a lot of people in this bitch that are faking it on social media.
No. You can make... No. I'm talking... But here's the thing. Here's my argument with it. I don't agree with it, and let me explain. Do you remember debates between like Hillary and look at any debate?
Yeah.
Those people have teams behind them, 10, 15 people, right? Who will tell them exactly what to say. I mean, Kamala will even have stuff in her ear. But how do we watch it? We watch like, she's lying. You can't fake it. Like, the moment, like, people smell the BS.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
You can try your best, but I don't think it's gonna work.
No, people can sniff it out.
We judge people so fast, like the body language, like we see the type, the character. I was like, oh, he's not that. Like, guarantee he's not that, right?
Right.
So I tell people, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I've got
like, if you do 84 videos or pictures of you doing sit-ups, shit like that, right?
Yeah. Thank you for that. You are who you are, right?
Sorry.
No, it was good.
I've got a whole group chat about it, right?
And asking people, and yet you're still fat and you're still
a lot of sit-ups. So.
But you're trying to motivate people to
Yes.
do it. That's fake it to you, and someone has to call it out. There's nothing wrong with it.
I don't disagree.
When people see it, and I guess that person will never have real following. He'll be
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people,
or you have to buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the two.
Yeah, you got to buy it to get into a room, which I'm not opposed to buying.
And you know what's funny? Those people will criticize people like me for creating drama, but those motherfuckers create the most drama.
Oh.
Like, all the fake guys, like, they're like, oh, why so much drama? And like, you, TJ McCormick, like,
I don't want to, like, they create the most drama, the most hate.
Yeah.
That's
I knew I made it when those people started blocking me.
Yeah.
That was when I knew that I was like, oh, don't do that. That's when people started paying attention, when like I started getting blocked by those people, and I didn't even do anything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't even go after them or anything. Dmitry, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Like I really enjoyed this. Actually, I really wasn't sure where it was going to go because I had some old resentments towards you. I've let them go over the years, whatever, because I'm a fucking grown-ass man and like it's fine.
That's what men do.
And that's what men do, right? But I have had some resentments and I've had some motherfuck moments, in my life. And I had always hoped that we would get an opportunity to sit down and chat and like get to know each other. And I would love to go to the gym and fucking sauna with, like that's the kind of shit that I do.
Come to the podcast in Minneapolis.
That's what I do all the time. I mean, that's my life at home, right? It's CrossFit gym every morning, and my family, we do the same thing.
What's your favorite moment?
I do love kettlebell swings because I can do them now.
Come lift the bag in my booth.
And my shoulder's fucked.
Deadlift.
Oh, deadlift.
Deadlift one hand.
Okay, I'll do that. That I can do. That I can do. I can't do. Yeah, I had to get a cortisone shot in my AC joint the other day, so everything's all. I can't do anything snatch, and I can't do anything on my. I have a bad back too, so I can't do anything. Put weight on my. So everything has to be front squats. Everything has to be forward. So, but I will. I'll come over and do that before I take off today. Dmitry, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. Do the thing. This has been amazing. Thank you. We'll see you next time. And remember, everybody, to be authentic, but get the fuck out.
Hey, I want to thank SMA Support Services one more time for being a proud sponsor of Be Authentic or Get the Fuck Out. We couldn't do what we do here without support from people like you. If you don't know about SMA Support Services, click the link below and learn a little bit more.
Can't be authentic. Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic. Get the fuck out if you can't be authentic. Yeah. Swipes.